coordinate systems. So what we have learned is Cartesian coordinate system. In Cartesian coordinate system, we deal with x, y and z axis, which is x, y and z, which are mutually perpendicular axes. These coordinate systems, Cartesian coordinate system, deals with this x, y and z coordinates, which are mutually perpendicular. Apart from this, there are a few more coordinate systems which are curvilinear coordinate system. So, curvilinear coordinate system, we can say first is spherical polar coordinates or spherical coordinate system, or second one is cylindrical coordinate system. So there are few problems that are very complex to solve in Cartesian coordinate system. They can be readily and very easily they can be solved by using spherical polar coordinates or cylindrical polar coordinate system. So cylindrical polar coordinate system and spherical polar coordinate system. This uses r, theta and phi, and this uses nothing but r. Instead of theta, it uses phi and z. So it uses r, phi and z, not theta. So there is a little bit difference between cylindrical coordinate system and spherical coordinate system. More or less they are like same, r, theta and phi, and r, phi and z. So the coordinates we will specify in curvilinear coordinate system in terms of either r, theta and phi, or either r, phi and z. So let us draw. Let us see a point in 3 dimensions is represented by point P. So this is at distance r. So its coordinates are given by x, y and z. So but in we can say in Cartesian coordinate system, vector can be represented as a component of x unit vector plus component of y its unit vector plus component of z its unit vector. Similarly, in spherical polar coordinate system, we will represent the particle as component of theta. We'll come to later. We'll come to r, theta and phi a little bit late. R cap plus component of theta cap plus component of phi cap. There is one more, which is A. It says A r of r cap in cylindrical coordinate system plus A phi of phi cap plus A z cap. So this is how a vector is represented in a Cartesian coordinate system, and in spherical polar coordinate system, and in cylindrical coordinate system. So A r cap, A phi cap, and A z cap. So let us see this what r, theta, phi is. So r is nothing but the displacement from the origin of that point is known as r, and this angle from z axis is known as theta. So if we draw this line, then it becomes r cos theta, and if we draw, like say, projection of r in xy plane, this is xy, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is z. This is xy plane. If we project this in 3 dimensions, if we project this r in this direction, then this is r cos theta, this is theta, this is r cos theta, and this will become r sine of theta. So this is theta. Theta is the angle between. So r is the simple the from this distance from origin to point. Simple you can say position. This is the angle of r with z, and phi is the angle between this x and the projection of r on xy plane is known as phi. This is phi. If this is phi, then obviously the value of the x is given by if we draw a perpendicular from here to here, and then this will become the cos phi, and perpendicular is like this r sine theta cos phi, because this is cos component here and this will be sine component here. Okay, so this will become r cos phi r sine theta cos phi. So this x coordinate will become r cos theta sine phi. So phi is the basically angle between the projection of r on xy plane and the x-axis. So this is phi. So if we see the we can say let's say the variation of r phi, theta and phi. So r could vary from 0 to infinity. Can go from 0 to infinity. Theta can vary from 0 to say pi, 0 to pi, and phi could go from 0 to 2 pi. So phi could go from 0 to 2 pi. While using integration, we have to use this. So the x coordinate in terms of sine and cos, and y coordinate and z coordinates we have to write. So